Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Robinson Maroon basketball. Tonight, we're in Carmi for the second effort with the Robinson Maroons as they take on the host team, the Carmi White County High School here tonight. I'm Jim Kincaid along with Ron Wheeler, and we're a part of Worldwide Sound and Video Production, and we're coming to you tonight through the courtesy of Tri-X Cablevision. Tonight's ball game is being brought to you by Crawford Memorial Hospital, the Robinson IGA Plus, Pulliam Funeral Homes, the American Legion EM Kohler Post 69 in Robinson, the Kemper CPA Group, Loyal Order of Moose, number 1369, the First Robinson Savings and Loan, Rural King Supply, Leaf Incorporated in Robinson, the Big Buck Building Center, Crawford County State Bank, Graves Auto Group, Marathon Tire, and Worldwide Sound and Video Production. Well, the Maroons with a big win in their first game against the Red Hill Salukis come on tonight, and they take on the host Carmi White County High School. Carmi, the team that has not had a lot of success this year, they are 1-11 as they come into tonight's contest, and they're going to be starting all juniors. As a matter of fact, on their roster, and looking over it, they don't even list a senior on there. A couple of sophomores, a freshman, so they're a young ball club, and they're going to do nothing but get better. Crawford Memorial Hospital wants you to know that Dr. Lane S. Lake, an orthopedic surgeon, specializes in joint reconstruction, fracture care, arthroscopy, care of the spine, foot, ankle, and general orthopedics. Dr. Laken's office is located at the CMH Medical Center in Suite D. Office hours are Monday through Friday from 8 to 4:30. And for more information about surgical and non-surgical treatment, call 544-8473. Crawford Memorial Hospital and Dr. Laken working toward a healthier tomorrow. Well, we get ready for the starting lineups here tonight. And joining me here this evening is going to be the AD and the football coach from Robinson High School, Terry Roach. As Terry moves in here, I've got most of the work done. You got a pen?
Yes, sir.
There's one if you need it. And we get ready with the Robinson lineups. Andrew Bryant, out on the floor, number 12. Joe Sornberger introduced, number 44. There's Bruce Hardiman, number 34. Matt, that's Wesley Parker, number 54. And there's brother Matt, number 42, as he goes out on the floor. And I think I've got a wrong number in there, Terry, for Matt. I've got him listed. I think I got it turned around. He's 42 instead of 52.
Right.
We got down here early. Terry, how were the roads when you got here?
Well, they weren't too bad the further south we got, but it was starting to get freezing. By the time we left Robinson, it was getting down to 28 degrees.
No kidding. We got down here, didn't realize too much about the weather, but when we got out, everything was crunchy and there was ice on the side of the van.
Didn't go as fast coming down as I thought it would. I didn't allow enough time. We stopped in Lawrenceville to get some gas, and it was pretty slow. The traffic was backed up most of the way.
The Carmi Bulldogs being introduced out there. They're going to go with Simmons, Costin, Mears, Glover, and Ackerman, all juniors. I talked to Coach Lee before the ball game tonight. He said, I'm starting my tall boys against the Robinson Maroons, so the guards are going to be off at 5'10" each. Mears, a junior, at 6'1". Glover will be in at 6'3", and number 52, Wade Ackerman, is 6'4". I was talking about the Carmi team. They're 1-11 this year. Coach Lee said they'd been in several ball games, but hadn't managed to stay until the end. So Carmi, a young ball club.
Well, I don't know anything about Carmi, and I know they're 1-11, and records are sometimes deceiving, but I know on their home court and their home tournament, you put that with the rich tradition that Carmi's had in basketball. I'm sure they're going to come out and play hard tonight, and we're going to have to play well.
Bruce Hardiman and Michael Glover will be in the center circle. And Carmi will control the tip. They get it down in a hurry, and they break the ice as Wade Ackerman goes in with a cripple, and Carmi scores the first two. Maroons with the ball, Matt Parker out in front. Gets it around to Sornberger. Joe into Matt. Matt makes a move to the basket and scores, and we're tied at 2.
Typical Matt Parker move there, and a good pass by Joe Sornberger.
David Mears out front for the Bulldogs as he gives it to Simmons. Glover with it. Wes Parker out on him. Robinson playing a man-to-man defense here as we start.
Looks Carmi's, it looks as if they're very disciplined. They're taking a lot of time running their offense. They're not going to get in any hurry to take a shot here.
They move it well, a good pass inside. Ackerman missed the shot. Rebound still anybody's ball. And a jump ball, and possession will give it to the Maroons as we start out here. Tied at 2, just underway here in Carmi at the Carmi Invitational Tournament. The Maroons and the host Carmi Bulldogs.
That may be an indication of what to expect here. I think Carmi's looking at we may be a stronger ball club. They're going to try to control the ball and take their time working it to get their shots tonight.
Andrew Bryant for 3. Matt Parker with a rebound, puts it back up. It falls in. There's a foul, and Matt will go to the line. Count the bucket, and Matt will have an opportunity for a 3-point play here.
I believe the foul was on Glover.
Made the free throw. I believe Matt was 10 for 10 down here the other night.
Yeah, he was. He's really picked up his free throw shooting. For Matt, I mean, it was really good early in the year for anybody else. Matt was a little down from what his normal average is, but he was 10 for 10 the other night. I think he's probably got it back up there where it usually is.
Carmi moves the ball around well. Glover with it. Wes Parker on him. Mears with the ball, or Costas with the ball.
We're playing a good man-to-man here, and we're playing an aggressive man-to-man, trying to cut off passing lanes. And I think the one thing that's important here is our kids keep patient, because that's what they're doing to us. They're going to be patient with their offense and try to take clock. And, you know, our kids just have to not let that get to them and just stay in their good defense, and something will happen for us if they do.
Doing a good job. Donnie Costin handles the ball, goes to Glover, now Simmons with it.
In this type of game, kids have a tendency to think, well, we got to make something happen and get the ball, and that's when your defense breaks down. And that's why I think it's important that we're patient.
Mears drives inside, gets it over to Costin. And Donnie Costin with the basket. Well, their patience paid off as they lead 5-4 here, as they trail at 5-4. Robinson's out in front. Joe Sornberger makes it look easy, from the 3.
That was a good shot by Joe. He had a good look at the basket. That's something that we're getting better at as a team, taking those threes, which will help open up our inside game.
8-4 the score. Maroons out on top. And a traveling call, and the turnover will give it back to the Maroons. The First Robinson Savings and Loan FA offers convenience checking accounts with no minimum balance requirement and no monthly charge. It also includes a network ATM card. That's the First Robinson Savings and Loan FA with full service branches in Oblong and Palestine. They're FDIC insured. Matt Parker missed the shot. Glover comes off with the rebound. Bulldogs take it down in a hurry. Mears handles it, and Hardiman comes out and meets him. Simmons with it now, and over to Glover. Glover from 15, got it. 8-6. 2-point ball game. Maroons on top.
I don't know what, 1-11 is their record, but I can tell you right now they're a very disciplined ball club. They really run their offense, and they're patient.
Sornberger looks at a 3, misses it. Rebound, Matt Parker. He's going to be fouled. And Maroons will keep it underneath their own basket. Clark and Jan Pulliam and the staff at the Pulliam Funeral Homes wish the Maroons the very best in their 96 basketball season. Good luck to the Maroons from the Pulliam Funeral Home. The Bulldogs take it away, get it down. Glover passes it back out to Simmons. Spends a long time in the lane. Mears with the shot, rebound Wesley Parker. Andrew Bryant on the wing, gets it into Wes Parker from 15.
Wesley knew what he was going to do with that when he got it. He was set up and had some room, and he knew that if he got the ball, he was going to be open, and took a nice shot.
10-6, Maroons lead it.
I think as the season's gone along, we've seen that Wesley has the ability to score. I think he's right now into a role situation that with Bruce and Matt, he's not relied upon to do that. He needs to rebound, block some shots, and play some D and score when they give us the opportunity. And he's filling that role very well. Good help on D.
Nice drive inside by Simmons and a nice pass into Ackerman. Ackerman had a little trouble getting a handle. And Maroons will get it back. 10-6, Maroons lead it. Wesley, good pass to Hardiman. Bruce puts the shot up and he's fouled. And he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. Good luck to the Robinson Maroons from the Kemper CPA Group. See Kemper CPA Group for your year-round tax service, accounting, and auditing. That's Kemper CPA Group in Robinson. And the Crawford County State Bank is ready to handle all your banking needs. If you need some financial advice regarding loans or trust accounts, they're there to help. The Crawford County State Bank is an equal housing lender and a member FDIC.
Brian Kane checked into the lineup for Andrew Bryant as Bruce makes his first one.
Got them both. 12-6, Maroons lead it.
Brian's really been playing some good defense of late. He's really stepped it up a notch since the Charleston Holiday Tournament, and he's really been aggressive on the defensive end for us.
The drive by David Mears, and he drew a foul. And that's the first foul called against the Maroons here tonight. As Mears will go to the line to shoot a pair of them. Yeah, I think Brian played a very good ball game over at Effingham against the Wagner boy.
Yes, he did. You could almost see as we rotated people through in that game when Wagner had success and when he didn't have as much success, and he didn't when Brian was on him.
Brian did a good job with it. 12-8. Sornberger with it. Matt Parker. Hardiman, nice move inside, puts up the shot, missed it. Rebound's going to go out of bounds, and we'll give it back to Carmi. The free throws, Mears was the basket, I believe, made both of them. I think that was Mears. 12-8. Maroons by 4 here. Inside, stolen by Wes Parker. A good defensive play by Wes. He saw it coming, stepped in front of the pass and swiped it. Hardiman puts it through from about 10 feet, so that turnover produced a couple of points. 14-8, Maroons lead it.
Tell you what, if you give Bruce the opportunity to get his look at the basket, he's awfully tough.
He's got a real soft shot. Good touch. Glover being guarded by Wesley Parker. Finally gives it up to Simmons. Mears, good pass to Glover. Nice play.
That was a good play there. It's good give and go.
14-10, 4-point lead for the Maroons. Sornberger with it out on top. Now Brian Kane. Joe looks it over. I'll take the shot. Got it.
Another three. Good shot.
Sornberger doing a good job, and he's doing filling an important role here, scoring some points because they needed some help from or to give a little help to Hardiman and Parker inside. When you get somebody else scoring in double figures, that's a big help to those two boys.
Well, the thing more than anything is our game is the inside game with Matt and Bruce, and if you get somebody that you look at what people are doing defensively to us. Great aggressiveness there on Brian's part. That's all right. I'd take that call because that's an aggressive move. He made the steal, went after the ball, got on the floor. He was getting after it in a real hustle there, and they called him for getting up as a travel, but that's a great move there. That's aggressive, and that's going to get our kids sparked up on defense.
17-10, Maroons lead it.
Coming out in a little change here, a little half-court trap.
Donnie Costin got the shot away as the quarter ends. Robinson leads at 17-10. Don't forget the Real King supplies your winter weather headquarters for Carhartt insulated workwear plus service and lacrosse insulated boots. That's at Real King Supply on Route 33 east of Robinson. And the restaurant at the American Legion in Robinson is open to the public on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights for dinner and Sundays for lunch. That's the American Legion, E.M. Calder, Post 69 in Robinson. And the Graves Auto Group is your local dealer for Ford, Lincoln, Mercury, Chrysler, Plymouth, and Dodge. With red carpet lease, Graves Auto Group is proud to support the Robinson Maroons. I think we're picking up a little sidelight there, Ron. If you don't like our ball game, why you pick up the radio. I think that's what we're getting, the host Carmi station here.
I'm hearing something in my headset. I wasn't sure what it was.
Once in a while you get a little skip in some of these. It's the wiring that does it. For the best deal in tires, stop in at Marathon Tire for Bridgestone, Michelin Falls, and Goodyear tires. Quality tires at the right price at Marathon Tire Incorporated, 400 East Main in Robinson, your complete car care center.
I was saying before the quarter was over there that people that scout us or anybody that watches us knows that we have Matt Parker and with Matt and Bruce we have a really strong inside game and people are going to overplay us and give our outside people the opportunity, and that's why it's important that we really step up and be able to shoot the outside shot and open things up.
Glover got the score for Carmi on that round, 17-12. Wes Parker. Wes says, I'll try three. Hey, I got it. He can shoot from about anywhere.
Yeah, Wesley's really gaining his confidence, and he's going to be able to step up and do that.
Glover with the ball. Wesley Parker's on him.
Got some really good interior defensive play going on there. They're doing a lot of talking, not getting picked off on those inside screens. Right there, a lot of help, anticipation.
Good work. Matt dishes it off to Wes. Wes a little deep on it, try to get it back to Matt, and it's picked out of there by Carmi. Michael Brewer, number 50 in the ball game for the Bulldogs. And Kane's going to be called for the foul. I didn't get him down. That's only the second foul called against the Maroons here in the first half. They've not called many at all, and it's been a pretty good ball game.
Yeah, it really has. It's really been pretty clean. Good ball game to watch so far. Got some new people in the lineup here. Brandon Holtz checked in. Mike Dudlack's in. Chris Hurry's in. Andrew Bryant came back in. Several new faces on there.
Glover with a shot. Falls off. Ackerman on the rebound, and he's hacked by Hurry, it looks like. The First Robinson Savings and Loan FA offers convenience checking accounts with no minimum balance requirement and no monthly charge. It also includes a network ATM card. The First Robinson Savings and Loan FA with full service branches in Oblong and in Palestine. They're FDIC insured.
Matt Parker checked back into the lineup.
Glover triple team. That leaves Ackerman open underneath, and Simmons got it to him, and Ackerman scores it. 20-14 now, 6-point lead for the Maroons. Dudlack passes into, or Bryant does, into Matt Parker, and Matt puts it through.
Boy, he's just really got a touch around the basket. He's unbelievable on some of the shots he can get up and in.
Knocked away by Holt. Almost got a handle on it. Yeah, I didn't get to see a lot of the Charleston Holiday tournament, but from what I saw, Matt was the best ball player up there, I think. He had a good tournament.
Yeah, I almost felt like that had to be one of those political moves where you don't win the tournament, you don't get the most valuable
That's
player.
right.
So.
Matt underneath. Good pass from Holt. Parker scores it, and he'll go to the line to shoot a free throw. A chance for a three-point play again. Matt was hustling that time, got down in a hurry, and Brandon Holt saw him. Got a good pass to him.
Yeah, I think that's probably the biggest change that you see with Matt this year is he's really all over the floor. Offense, defense, hustling up and down, really trying to lead the break. I think he's probably a little lighter than he was last year, and he's just come out to play with a real conviction this year, and he's having a great year. I don't think you could ask any more of a young man than what we're getting out of Matt Parker this year.
He's done a real good job. Turnover gives it back to the Maroons. Yeah, he's worked hard and had a good year in football and basketball both, and I want to talk a little bit about that when we get a chance too, Terry. Clark and Jan Pulliam and the staff at Pulliam Funeral Homes wish the Maroons the very best in their 96 basketball season. Good luck to the Maroons from the Pulliam Funeral Home. And the Loyal Order of the Moose, number 1369 in Robinson. Proud of their community and pleased to be a sponsor of tonight's ball game. That's the Loyal Order of Moose, number 1369 in Robinson. There is a method to my madness when I ask you to join me here tonight, because there's 2 or 3 things I'd like to talk about. We get the opportunity. One of them is the new football classification, where they're going to add a couple. I saw some of your thoughts in the paper the other night, and we can talk a little bit more about that at halftime.
I have a lot of thoughts on it. I don't know if they're all good or not.
Maybe you don't want to talk about some of them.
I think it's going to be a good situation. Until the IHSA makes a decision, you never know for sure what's going to happen on there.
Holt and Bryant at guards. Parker, and Hardiman up front for the Maroons as we get ready to go after the timeout. 25-14 here in the second quarter. The Maroons lead it.
I would bet we've got something special coming on here. Usually coming off a dead ball timeout, we've got a play set up. And we did. They overplayed it a little bit.
Parker gets it in. He had to work for that.
Yeah, they overplayed Bruce. We were trying to set up Bruce off a double screen for a 3.
Well, they come off the timeouts a couple of times over at Effingham in that tight ball game that made a difference in that game.
Well, that's one of the great things that Coach Barker does. He's always got a plan. You know, the kids may not always be able to make the shot or do whatever, but we've always got a plan when we come out, and the kids always know what we want to do.
Foul called on the rebound is going to go against Ackerman, and it'll be Robinson ball. I think the 3rd foul.
It's a 4th foul. That's his well, it'll be the 5th foul. That's his 2nd.
Board's a little behind. Wes Parker with it out front. Bryant.
See, they're going to leave Brandon Holt wide open out here. He's going to have to take that shot.
Matt gave it back to him. Brandon took the shot. Follows it in well. Almost got the rebound, but he kept it alive, and Matt was able to pick it up and put it through.
That's exactly what he did. He did a great job of following his shot there, and by doing that, he kept the ball alive. Matt got it and got the easy 2 off of it.
29-14 Maroons. Simmons with the ball, almost has it swiped, and wound up with a double dribble, and Andrew Bryant forced a turnover with his pressure on Simmons that time.
That was just good aggressive defense there on Andrew's part that caused that turnover. Mears coming back in the lineup for Ackerman there.
Bruce Hardiman missed the shot. Holt right there for the rebound. West from the corner. Got it. 3, yeah, that's 3.
3-pointer, yeah.
That's the second 3 for West here the night. 32-14. Mears with the ball, gets tries to drive the lane. He's fouled on the drive. It'll go out of bounds. The foul was on the floor before the shot. Sornberger.
It's hard to see. It's on Matt. It was hard to watch the referees from up here.
Can't tell how many
See
fingers they're
exactly
holding.
how many fingers they're holding up, but they called that one on Matt. That's his first.
Dudlack and Sornberger comes back in the ball game for the Maroons. Carmi under their own basket. And Matt got a hand on it, tips it back out of bounds. 3:53 to go here in the first half. 32-14, a lead by the Maroons.
Some good minutes there by the bench play, Brandon Holt and the others there.
Got away with a step. Three-pointer by Mears missed. Mears again on the drive, missed a shot. Sornberger, a 3-on-2, good pass to Hardiman. He looked away and gave it to Bruce.
That was a great pass. He looked it off and came back. I think he had a plan the whole way down the floor. He kept looking at Dudlack.
Brewer missed a shot, rebound Matt Parker.
I'll guarantee you, we keep getting a fast break opportunity. You're going to see Wesley down the floor. He's going to want to get one of those dunks.
Hardiman missed a shot. Matt Parker with a rebound. He puts it back up and in. He's one of these nights he's not going to miss, I believe.
No, he's just a battler. He's just a battler. Sometimes you wonder how he gets the rebound, but he gets them.
Well, he's had a bunch of them this year. I have no idea what his totals are. He proved that up in that Charleston Holiday tournament. Bruce Hardiman on the long pass. He gets it in. 38-14 as the Maroons pretty well taking command here in the first half. 2:40 to go. Mears. Bounce pass into Glover. Good turnaround hook shot by Glover. He's just a junior. He'll be around for a while.
Good looking player too. He's had some solid moves.
Coach Lee's got a pretty good looking ball club
Yes,
here.
he
They
does.
get some experience and they'll put things together. Good hustle by Glover, almost got it. Sornberger missed a shot. Glover on the rebound. Gets to Simmons. Stops, short jumper, won't go. But Brewer right there on the rebound puts it back.
I think the real key for us this first, Wesley with another three, Matt with the tip.
Matt can almost just look it in. 40-18.
I think a real key for us here is we've been very patient on defense. They come out real patient on offense, and we've stuck with it, haven't overplayed, got ourselves out of position, and by doing that, they haven't made their shots. We've got a lead, and now they're getting a little antsy to fire the ball up quicker.
Brewer in a corner, gives to Glover. Hardiman comes out to meet him. Brewer tries to set a screen. Mears missed the shot. Hahn was trying to set a screen in front of him, and Matt just stepped over him.
Matt went through the screen. We'll put it that way.
Into the Robinson lineup is Holt, Hardiman, and Chris Hurry. Dustin Hardiman making his first appearance here this evening. 1:17 to go here in the half. The First National Bank of Oblong has a branch located at the Robinson IGA Plus with a 24-hour ATM. This is just one of the many special services you'll find at the Robinson IGA Plus, now at the Westgate Shopping Center. Stolen by Simmons. Goes against Wes Parker. Did a great job. He led Wes away a little bit and got a good pass to Glover. And Glover put it through. 40-20. Holt, guarded by Simmons, gets it to Dustin Hardiman. Chris Hurry with the ball. Drug his pivot foot a little bit and got caught. Turnover gives it to Carmi with 39 seconds to go. Robinson hasn't had many turnovers. I always try to keep them and I always lose track.
I'm not doing a very good job of them, but I only have us for about 4. I'm not sure that's exactly accurate, but I've been trying to keep them. I've got us about 4 apiece is what I've got here.
Well, they haven't turned it over much. They played pretty well. New face. I'm going to have to check that one out on
Walker.
the score. Walker?
Walker.
Eric Walker is a 6'4" freshman. So they're going to see some time tonight. Holt works against Simmons. Brandon drives the lane, gets caught for traveling, got a little off balance. 6 seconds to go in the first half. Three and a half seconds. Carmi ball. It's 40-22. Robinson leads it here as the half is about to close out. Better do something. Long pass over on the other side of the court to Mears. Mears a three. Won't go. And that does it. Halftime, 40-22 in favor of the Robinson Maroons. Ron, what I want to do, we'll give Terry a chance to total up, and then we'll come back and want to talk a little bit. Let me do a couple of these first. Don't forget the Rural King supplies your winter weather headquarters for Carhartt insulated workwear plus service and lacrosse insulated boots. That's at Rural King Supply on Route 33 east of Robinson. And Leaf Incorporated is proud to be a part of Crawford County, and they're pleased to help bring you tonight's ball game. That's Leaf Incorporated in Robinson. Now you can really save on Benjamin Moore paints at Big Buck Building Center in Robinson. All Benjamin Moore interior paints are on sale for 10% off, like their Regal Wall Satin, Latex Interior Flat Paint, and over 1,600 custom and ready-mix colors for beautiful matte flat finish. Or you can choose Enhance Vinyl Latex Flat Paint for a fade-resistant flat finish that dries in 1 hour. Save 10% now on all Benjamin Moore interior paints at Big Buck Building Center in Robinson. I told John Graves, if he keeps sticking this vinyl latex flat paint and fade resistance flat finish in here, I'm going to have a heck of a time reading these things. Benjamin Moore Paints at Big Buck Lumber Company in Robinson. Speaking of John, Graves Auto Group is your local dealer for Ford, Lincoln, Mercury, Chrysler, Plymouth, and Dodge with a red carpet lease. Graves Auto Group is proud to support the Robinson Maroons. And for those cars, you'll need tires. And for the best deal in tires, stop at Marathon Tire for Bridgestone, Michelin, Falls, and Goodyear tires. Quality tires at the right price at Marathon Tire Incorporated. They're at 400 East Main in Robinson, your complete car care center. 40-22 halftime here in Carmi. Robinson Maroons lead it. Are you done? Oh, okay, stay here. All right. One thing, we'll just go through this. Okay. Let's hit the totals of the first half here, Terry, and then let's talk a little football.
All right. Well, here at halftime with us with 40 points. If I go down through the list here, pretty good scoring on our part, balanced it out a little bit for the people that played in the first half, but we came out of it with Matt Parker has 18 points already in the first half. I don't know how many rebounds, but he's got quite a few of them. I'm not able to keep those two, but he's got 18 points. Following that up, we have Bruce Hardiman with 8 and Wes Parker with 8. And Wes has hit 2 threes, and Joe Stormberger has 6 points, both of those threes in the first quarter. So I've gotten good scoring out of 4 people in the lineup tonight, and done a real good job on that part. Over on the other side, it's pretty well spread out with the exception of one guy. Glover has 10 for Carmi for their 22. Ackerman has 4, then Walker, Brewer, Mears, and Costin all have 2 apiece for their 22 points. Foul-wise, we're in pretty good shape. We've only got 4 guys, each with 1 foul, so we should come out the second half and be in pretty good shape from that standpoint. And it's very, very inaccurate. Turnover-wise, I only have about 4 for us and 5 for Carmi, so it's been a pretty clean game so far.
And nobody got in bonus in the first half, I don't think.
Right.
So it's been a pretty good ball game. Let's take the opportunity here, Terry. I haven't had a chance to formally congratulate you on the football season, the first undefeated season here in Robinson for a long time. A good ball club, and you played some tough, good, hard ball games. Some good football.
Yeah, we did. It was a really great season. You know, I know obviously ending it going into the playoffs and losing in the first round and then being done and having to stay home the rest of the year kind of took a little bit of the glimmer off of the 9-0. But still, when you look back at it, especially as to how often it happens and when the last time it happened, it surely was a great season for the kids and one that I know not only I but they will look back on and really feel very good about it. And I've never been involved in one as a head coach before, so it's pretty special to me too, and it's something to build on. I think we've got our program into a situation now where, we're not at the point now where will we be in the playoffs. It's we better be in the playoffs, and how far are we going to go? So I've been on both ends of that, and even though that's maybe a little undue pressure on the kids and the coaches, I would rather have it that way than to be in a situation where people wonder if we're going to be any good or if kids are going to be out or what's going to go on. So we think we're going to have a pretty good ball club. We got a good nucleus coming back. With us, we play a lot of kids, and I think we graduate this year. Let me think, 16 seniors, 18 seniors, and but we've got 19 lettermen coming back. So, we've got a good nucleus to build around. We've got a good freshman and sophomore classes behind them. So we expect to have a good ball club next year. And the only thing I always say is it's relative on how good we are compared to what everybody else is too. So, but we're looking forward to it. Kids are working real hard in the weight room so far, and so far so good.
Yeah, how many schools can say they got 19 lettermen coming back? And then when you look, your starting quarterback was a sophomore, Tony Graham, a sophomore. You've got just a good nucleus of linemen there. The kids have gotten time this year. They've gained some experience. And you look back and you think, gosh, how good are you going to be next year?
Well, I don't know how good I can say we're going to be. I think we'll have a good ball club. We've got people coming back in key areas. We've got some key spots that we have to fill. But we did last year too. We had two of the best linebackers I think around in Schrey and Neely the year before, and we thought, boy, we're going to have trouble filling those two spots. And then look at what happens. Here comes Lindsey and Charlie Rhinesmith, and they step in there this year and just do a tremendous job at linebacker. And we're going to lose them now, so we're going to have to find somebody to step in and take their place. And I can remember when we went to state, people said, well, who's going to take Elliott and Murray's place? And then, somebody else shows up, and here comes Fiskus and Odell, and who's going to take, and it's got to a point that it's really good because there are people that want to step up, and we've got kids in the program that say, hey, I want to be the next guy to do this, and you may not have heard of him last year, but then all of a sudden he shows up next year, and there he is, and it's a good situation. And our kids have worked very hard. Coach Taylor's going to have a lot of kids next year because our sophomore group has a tremendous amount of linemen in it, and we return a lot of linemen anyway as it is. So I think he's looked at it already this winter, and he's going to be about 3 deep all the way across the board in his line next year. So, that's real good because I always look at it, if you've got a good line, we can find some people to run behind them, but if you don't have that lineman, you can be the best back in the world and it doesn't do any good. So, we feel we've got a little bit of both there. So, we're real excited about it.
Well, kind of a high point of the season here. You had a tight end that has committed to a Big Ten school, the University of Indiana. Matt Parker has got the opportunity with a scholarship to go to Indiana. If you'd had him the other 2 years, what do you think?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say. His talents are, I think his potential is just, at this point in time, limitless, on how hard he's going to work. And I know he's going to because I think he's so excited about this, and his family's so excited, and we're excited, and I think probably the whole town's buzzing about it a little bit. And it's been a long time since we've had a scholarship kid go to especially a Big Ten school. I think Mac McCracken was probably the last one. Back in the 70s when he went to Illinois, and it just doesn't happen every day. People think that we ought to, you have a good football team, you ought to be sending kids off to college, and I tell you what, it's I think it's probably a tribute to maybe our program, but we just haven't had any Division I ball players. Mike Richart went and played for Eastern, and that was 1AA, and Mike was a real good player, and we thought maybe Mike could go on and play some 1A ball, and it didn't work out, and he had a great career at Eastern. But we just have seemed to have had a lot of really good players, but not a lot of great players in the program, and we really feel good for Matt. I think Matt deserves it. It's really kind of been a turnaround. Matt was looking for basketball scholarship and those kind of things, and he came back out his senior year, and he really enjoyed it. And about halfway through the year, he says, Coach, I'd maybe kind of start looking at some colleges. And I said, well, it's a good thing because we've already been sending your name everywhere, and some people have already called me about you. So as things went along, there was more and more interest, and I can't imagine what the interest would have been had he played the last 2 years. I'm sure we would have had a lot of other colleges around, even in the Notre Dame's, Ohio State's, and even Illinois a lot more, because what it was with Matt is somebody had to look at it, and this is where I'm really looking at Indiana and thinking that their coaches have some real forethought here, but you had to look at Matt on his potential, because he didn't have that background to look at and say, well, this kid's played 3 years and has these stats and can do these things. You had to look at him and say, well, geez, look how good he was this year, and he's the same as a sophomore. Where can he go? And I think that's where I feel real good about Indiana, because they're looking at him as his potential is limitless, and if he works hard, that they're going to get a real sleeper here, and people are going to say, well, where was this kid 4 or 5 years ago when we could have been recruiting him?
In size and stature, Matt reminded me a lot of Jeff Finke at Casey that went to Illinois and played tight end. And as you said earlier, I think Matt's potential is limitless. It's kind of however much he wants to do and how hard he wants to work, I think, is going to determine his success, because he's certainly got the tools.
Yes, he does. And in talking with him and everything right now, I feel very confident that he's going to go and he's going to have a great career there. And I wouldn't want to ever put any pressure on him, but he's got the potential, and if things worked out right and a little luck here and there, he may play on Sunday someday. Who knows? I really mean that, because he's got the potential to do that, and a lot of it just depends on luck and breaks and everything else. But we'd sure love it. I'd take some tickets.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Meanwhile, back in Carmi, it's basketball. The start of the second half, Maroons have got it, and Bruce Hardiman on the turnaround scores. We've got Matt Parker, Andrew Bryant, Sornberger, Wes Parker, and Bruce Hardiman on the floor as we start the half here. And Hardiman opened things up with a bucket. It's 42-22. A big lead for the Maroons. Carmi with the ball. Simmons puts it up from the corner. Won't go. Rebound, Matt Parker. There's another one. I think that's one of the things that surprised people so much. They hadn't thought about Matt at football as much as they had basketball. And when it came out that Matt had a football scholarship, everybody's going, what do you mean football?
Yeah, I've had
West Park.
Several people ask me that. He got a scholarship in basketball where,
Simmons guarded by Andrew Bryant. Mears, good drive, baseline, missed the shot. Hardiman on the rebound. Sornberger gives it to Wes in the corner. And we've got a little shoving and pushing going on in the middle. And I think probably Ackerman got caught hanging on to Matt just a little bit.
I think it was the other way around. I think they called Matt on the foul.
Well, that's right. We went the other direction, didn't we?
Got Matt trying to hook him a little bit, getting position underneath. That foul on Bryant out front, getting a little aggressive with him, trying to steal the ball.
Brian Kane comes into the lineup now, and it's Bryant takes a little breather. Mears drives, tries to get it inside to Ackerman, doesn't work. Mears again. Costin on the shot. Rebound, Maroons go down, and good pass to Wes Parker. Joe Sornberger can really make some dandy passes. I'll tell you, Joe sees the floor really well.
Yeah, that's probably one of Joe's greatest attributes is his court awareness and being able to get the ball to the open man, and he does an excellent job of that.
Simmons needs some help. Costin with it. Simmons back door. Glover with a shot, no good, and Matt Parker with another rebound. Matt, well, now that was an NBA three out there, boy.
Matt must have had a feeling on that one. He can shoot that shot out there, but he's usually about another step closer to the basket when he does it.
49-22, Maroons out in front. Maroons in a man-to-man defense, and they're really playing it tight. Glover and Parker face off. Simmons into Ackerman. Good move. Gets it out to Costin. And he makes the shot. 49-24. Matt has it knocked away. Picked up by Simmons. Ackerman's got it. He loses it.
Good steal by Sornberger. Good aggressive play. He saw Matt coming and didn't see Joe.
And a nice drive by Sornberger. He showed the pass and then took it right down the lane and scored. Simmons, Costin, back to Glover. In the middle, goes against Parker, gets the shot up and good. Glover knows where it is, too,
Good move there, wasn't it? Matt did a good job of keeping his feet and not picking up a cheap foul there. Just made him make a good shot over the top of him.
Wes Parker lobs one in to Matt, and he makes the move to the bucket and scores another one. Glover kind of shakes his head in frustration.
Wes is a good passer. It's probably an underrated ability of him. He does a good job of getting the ball inside and knowing the position that the guy has in order to where to throw the ball. He might have a little bit of that from football. He has a good tendency of getting the ball thrown where it needs to be.
Yeah, that's right. Wes and Sornberger both are somewhere around 4 assists a ball game. They lead the team in assists. Costin on the shot, and Sornberger fouled him. The First Robinson Savings and Loan FA offers convenience checking accounts with no minimum balance requirement and no monthly charge. It also includes a network ATM card. The First Robinson Savings and Loan FA, with full-service branches in Oblong and Palestine, they're FDIC insured. And Clark and Jan Pulliam and the staff at Pulliam Funeral Homes wish the Maroons the very best in their '96 basketball season. Good luck to the Maroons from the Pulliam Funeral Home. And good luck to the Maroons from the Kemper CPA Group. See Kemper CPA for your year-round tax service, accounting, and auditing. That's Kemper CPA Group in Robinson.
Got Holt and Bryant checked back in the lineup. Costin makes his pair of free throws.
53-28. Holt with the ball, looks for help. Bryant gets it over to Holt. Hardiman puts up a three, no good. Brian Kane, good hustle, gets the rebound, puts up the jumper, won't fall. Holt underneath with a rebound. He knew right where to be.
Yeah, our kids are being aggressive and hitting the boards and really hustling this evening.
Bryant, good pass to Hardiman. Bruce works his way in, took a step.
Yeah, he took that extra step there when he was backing in. I don't know if he realizes it, but he was making a good aggressive move to the basket. You know, it's no wonder that Bruce and all his brothers are the shots there. They live back behind me, and that basketball's dribbling in the driveway all the time.
Getting used to
any time of day and night, you can hear him bouncing the ball out there.
That's what it takes, I'll tell you.
You bet.
Walker with the ball. That's the big freshman for Carmi in there, working against Bruce Hardiman. Sets a good screen. Good defense by the Maroons. Ackerman with it out front, goes against Matt Parker. Costin with the ball. Drives, baseline, reverses it, no good. It's out of bounds, saves it. And good hustle by Matt Parker as he picks up the loose ball, dunks it.
I've been waiting for that all year long. I have been waiting for that. I knew he could do it. You put a little star beside that one in the book. I especially know that Little Brothers had 3 or 4 of those, so I'm sure that's one that the supper table has been rubbed in a little bit.
Hahn on the drive, and Brian Kane's going to be called for the blocking foul.
It's Brian's second. Fourth
Sornberger, Wes Parker, and Dudlack come back in the ball game as Matt, Andrew, and who went out? Bruce. No, Bruce is still in there. No, we'll wait and see who's missing here. Mears from the corner won't go. Rebound pulled out of there by Hahn. Brandon Holt all over Mears. Ackerman inside in the lane, double team, and he traveled. Give it back to the Maroons. The Crawford County State Bank is ready to handle all your banking needs. If you need some financial advice regarding loans or trust accounts, they're there to help. That's the Crawford County State Bank, an equal housing lender and a member FDIC.
I'm not real positive, but I think that's the first turnover of the quarter. I wouldn't go to the bank on that with the way I'm keeping them, but
Dudlack. Michael puts it through from behind the arch.
Kids are having a real good game tonight. They're relaxed. They're playing within themselves. It's just good to see us play that way. Well, Brandon Holt got a little bit out of defensive position there. I'm not sure he was going to do much on the big kid when he got the ball, but
Ackerman got the bucket, 58-30. Big lead for the Maroons here in the third quarter. There's Wes Parker for three. Got a little iron, and the rebound goes to Mears. Works against Brandon Holt. Brandon doing a good job with him, making him work. Ackerman. Mears with it out front. Hahn and Dudlack look at each other. Now Costin and back over to Mears from behind the arch. It got it, a three-pointer. (58-33). 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Maroons will let the clock wind down a little bit. Dudlack with it. Holt with the ball, being forced a little bit by Costin and knocked out of bounds. It'll still remain Maroons' ball as Glover and Simmons come back in the ball game for Carmi.
And Michael Carell and Dustin Hardiman checking in for Robinson.
Yeah, number 10, Michael Carell, and 52, Dustin Hardiman in. That's Michael with the ball out front. Holt. 4 seconds. Hurry and get a shot off. Whoops, Joe turned the wrong way and came face to face with Hahn and picked up his pivot foot. So that'll give it back to Carmi with 1.1 second on the clock here in the third quarter. Glover gets the shot away and almost dropped it through.
He did too. He made a nice effort to get that ball up.
58-33 at the end of three. Robinson Maroons leading. Don't forget that Rural King supplies your winter weather headquarters for Carhartt insulated workwear, plus service and lacrosse insulated boots. That's at Rural King Supply on Route 33, east of Robinson. And the restaurant at the American Legion in Robinson is open to the public on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights for dinner and Sundays for lunch. That's the American Legion, E.M. Coulter Post 69 in Robinson. Graves Auto Group is your local dealer for Ford, Lincoln, Mercury, Chrysler, Plymouth, and Dodge with a red carpet lease. Graves Auto Group is proud to support the Robinson Maroons. Crawford Memorial Hospital would like you to know that Dr. Lane S. Lakin, orthopedic surgeon, specializes in joint reconstruction, fracture care, arthroscopy, care of the spine, foot, ankle, and general orthopedics. Dr. Lakin's office is located in the CMH Medical Center, Suite D. Office hours are Monday through Friday from 8 to 4:30. For more information about surgical and non-surgical treatment of orthopedic problems, call 544-8473. Crawford Memorial Hospital and Dr. Lakin working toward a healthier tomorrow.
Robinson had a good quarter there, outscoring them 18-11 to open it up with 7 more points on that. And I'm sure Coach Barker's going to let a lot of kids see some playing time this fourth quarter. Much as it was at Charleston, you play 3 games in 3 days like this, you want to keep your kids as fresh as you can. Foul was on Brandon Holt, start the quarter.
Let's see, coming up tomorrow night, Robinson will be playing Harrisburg here. I say that tomorrow night. They'll be playing Harrisburg at 5:30, about the time you'll be watching this ball game if you haven't already made the trip to Carmi. The all teams will be playing Saturday, so keep that in mind. You get the opportunity, come on down to Carmi. They start at noon with the playoffs, and they'll be playing the rest of the day. The teams will be matched up according to record as they play throughout the day Saturday. So we're not sure when Robinson will play, but it'll be later in the afternoon or evening, I'm sure, because they're going to have one twice, at least 2 anyway, when they go into tomorrow's ball game.
The matchup with Harrisburg tomorrow night will decide this pool. I believe Harrisburg's already won 2 games. So we'll win 2. So us playing Harrisburg tomorrow night will decide the winner of this pool, which would put them in the championship game, which would be the last game tomorrow, Saturday evening.
Nice steal by Simmons. Hahn with the ball, gets it out to Costin, and he puts it through. Holt gets it across to Corral. Michael down to Wes Parker. Sornberger gives it back to Michael. He puts up the jump shot, in and out, back in.
And back in.
All right. Corral gets the bucket. 60-35, Maroons leading. Simmons drives and throws it away. For the best deal in tires, stop at Marathon Tire for Bridgestone, Michelin, Falls, and Goodyear tires. Quality tires at the right price at Marathon Tire Incorporated at 400 East Main in Robinson, your complete car care center. Hardiman will throw it in. Full court pressure now by Carmi. And Hahn comes out of there for the Bulldogs with the ball. Gives it to Mears, a little push off. Hahn with it. Glover. No place to go but the bucket. Nice pass into Hahn.
A good cut down the lane by Hahn, and we lost track of him.
Holt with the ball out front. Had a notion. Gives it to Corral. Michael to Curry.
I would imagine when you get done with the game after having to lean on Matt in there, you're pretty tired.
Almost got a handle on it by Corral. He tipped it up, and Mears was able to grab it. He was wide open and put it through. Chris Hurry will get it across the line. Double team, looks for help, calls a timeout. It's 60-39 with 5:23 to go in the ball game as the Maroons take their timeout. The First Robinson Savings and Loan FA offers convenience checking accounts with no minimum balance requirement and no monthly charge. It also includes a network ATM card. That's the First Robinson Savings and Loan FA with full service branches in Oblong and Palestine. They are FDIC insured. And Clark and Jan Pulliam and the staff at Pulliam Funeral Homes wish the Maroons the very best in their '96 basketball season. Good luck to the Maroons from the Pulliam Funeral Homes. The Loyal Order of the Moose, number 1369, is proud of their community and is pleased to help sponsor tonight's ball game. That's the Loyal Order of Moose, number 1369 in Robinson. One thing that we haven't talked about was the new classes in football. We may not have a chance to say too much. They've expanded them to 8 classes, as I understand, and that's going to let a lot more teams in.
Well, they haven't yet, but that's the proposal that's up there. The meeting I went to, the 2 things that came out of it was to expand it to 8 and to work on changing some enrollment things around. That's up to go to the board of directors next week or so.
It's not official yet.
It's not official yet. It's proposals that have come out of committees that have gotten that far, so we'll have to wait and see how it shakes down.
Would that cut the season by 1 game?
Won't do anything except to add 2 more classes and 64 teams.
Not change schedules or anything.
Foul's on 12, that's for sure, but which one? On White. It's Hahn, that's his first.
Parker with the ball, gets it to Bryant. Andrew, good pass to Bruce Hardiman, and Bruce couldn't get it to fall. Down in a hurry. Hahn back in the middle to Glover, all the way, and got it.
That was a good give and go off the break. Just a good job by Carmi there.
Mears swipes the pass, gives it to Glover. The turnaround won't go. Matt Parker with another rebound. Chris Hurry holds things up. Let's get the offense organized a little bit. Take care of the ball. 60-41, Maroons lead it by 19 here with 4:30 to go in the ball game. Dudlack bounces one into Hardiman. Hardiman takes the shot. It's an offensive foul, and he got his arm out there.
That's his first foul. I think that probably was a charge, but what they missed was the push by Walker before. He got a good push on him, and when Bruce planted his feet to get set on that push, then he got a pretty good shoulder into him.
Bryant on Simmons. Walker to Glover. Matt Parker on him. Simmons for three. He got it. 60-44. Bryant with the ball. Wes Parker plays like a guard. Andy Bryant and Simmons go at it. Good pass to Wes. Blocking foul is going to be called. Parker missed the shot, but he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. And that's Hahn on the floor getting it.
It's his second foul.
Joe Sornberger comes back in the ball game for Chris Hurry. The Robinson IGA Plus offers many extra conveniences like credit card shopping, stamps, JCPenney catalog merchant, and a lot more. It's all at the Robinson IGA Plus, now in the Westgate Shopping Center. Wes Parker, his first trip to the line tonight, makes it. 61-44. Simmons, good pass. Hahn, I'm not sure, but what Matt didn't, or Wes Parker didn't get a hand on that a little bit on Hahn's shot. He missed it anyway. On the rebound, Walker was fouled, and he'll go to the line.
It's Matt's third foul. We really haven't had any foul trouble this evening.
Eric Walker, a freshman for Carmi at the line. Look at the book and see what they list him at. 6'5", 6'6", something like that.
Good looking shooter at the line for a freshman.
6'4".
Good ball movement down the floor for the easy layup. Good pass by Joe. I think we got a little passive in things with the lead we had, and I think that was good to pick us up a little bit right there.
Bryant on Simmons. Simmons puts a shot up. Walker set the screen, and Simmons used it, got the shot up, and scored. 63-48. Wes Parker has it knocked away into the hands of Glover. Carmi, well, got a step in there. Well, it was a nice move, but he took a little long in doing it. Sornberger gives it to Bryant. A lot of grabbing going on in there.
Getting held a little bit, trying to get by there.
Foul on the floor before the shot. Bryant and Simmons have gone at it pretty well. I think Simmons a little frustrated because he hasn't been able to give Andrew as hard a time as he'd like.
Been a football game over there. I think his jersey would have been stretched. He was having trouble getting by him over there coming down the side.
Brandon Holt back in the ball game. And Donnie Costin back in for Carmi. Matt Parker gets it back to Bruce Hardiman. He's hammered a couple of times. Tries it again, and they finally call a foul. Bruce will go to the line to shoot a pair of them.
Fouls on Mears. Could have been on a couple of them, a couple of different times on that series.
Roger Grumley and Eric Brannock are the officials tonight, both of them out of El Dorado. Done a pretty good job on the ball game now. These kind of games are hard to officiate when you've got such a big spread. Keep it even.
And it really has been a pretty well played, clean ball game. Not much action in terms of you know, a lot of fouls or a lot of controversy or anything else. It's been pretty clean all the way through.
Simmons.
Easy ball game for him to officiate, really.
Simmons and Bryant. Bryant knocks it away. Simmons gets it back. Boy, those two have really gone at it tonight. Done a good job. Rebound out there by Costner. Knocked away by Matt Parker and picked up by Andy Bryant. And Matt will take charge out front. We've got about a minute and a half to go in the ball game. 65-48, Maroons lead it. Foul by Simmons. And Swordberger will go to the line with a 1 and bonus. Don't forget the Real King supplies your winter weather headquarters for Carhartt insulated workwear plus service and lacrosse insulated boots. That's at Real King Supply on Route 33 east of Robinson. And this portion of tonight's ball game is being brought to you in part by Leaf Incorporated, the Robinson plant where they manufacture Heath, Milk Duds, Sixlets, and Whopper candies. That's Leaf Incorporated in Robinson. Who got that?
Hardiman. Good play off the dead ball situation. We just always have some type of a play off a dead ball or a timeout or something, and our kids just do a great job. Coach Barker's always got something coming out of his sleeve, and that's a real plus to come off those situations and catch them off guard.
Walker on the shot in the middle and scores.
It's a good, strong move by the freshman. He went right after Matt, didn't bat an eye. It's encouraging for their coaches to see him.
Chad Whitley on Bruce Hardiman there. Chad just coming into the ball game. There's Matt's shot from about 15. I think that's the first one Matt's missed from outside anywhere tonight.
Seems like it.
Brewer gets it inside. Ryan Sykes with the basket. Brewer with the assist. 30 seconds, under 30 seconds to go. Sornberger will walk the time off out front. 20 seconds to go in the ball game. 67-52, Robinson Maroons. Sornberger all the way around, missed the bunny. Joe will talk to himself over that. Martin with a pass into the corner to Sykes. Sykes with the shot, won't go, and that's the end of the ball game. Here in Carmi, Robinson Maroons 67, the Carmi Bulldogs 52. For the best deal in tires, stop in at Marathon Tire for Bridgestone, Michelin, Falls, and Goodyear tires. Quality tires at the right price at Marathon Tire Incorporated at 400 East Main in Robinson, your complete car care center. And you can really save on Benjamin Moore paints at Big Buck Building Center in Robinson. All Benjamin Moore interior paints are on sale for 10% off, like the Regal Wall Satin and Latex Interior Flat Paint in over 1,600 custom and ready-mix colors for a beautiful matte flat finish. Or you can choose Enhance Vinyl Latex Flat Paint for a fade resistance flat finish that dries in 1 hour. Save 10% now on all Benjamin Moore interior paints at Big Buck Building Center in Robinson. 67-52, final score here at Carmi. Robinson will be back here on Friday night to play Harrisburg, and Saturday will be the playoffs as they match records. They start at noon. The two pools will be matched up with the winners of each one. Robinson and Robinson will go against Harrisburg tomorrow night. The winner of that game will go for the championship game Saturday evening, probably somewhere around 8 o'clock. They start the games at noon, and they'll be following within a few minutes of each other the rest of the afternoon and evening. The championship game, I'm going to guess a little bit, is set at around 8 o'clock. I had a schedule here a while ago, but I mislaid that. Tonight's ball game has been brought to you by Crawford Memorial Hospital, the Robinson IGA Plus, Pulliam Funeral Homes, the American Legion EM Colder Post 69 in Robinson, the Kemper CPA Group, Loyal Order of the Moose number 1369, the First Robinson Savings and Loan, Real King Supply, Leaf Incorporated in Robinson, the Big Buck Building Center, Crawford County State Bank, Graves Auto Group, Marathon Tire and Worldwide Sound and Video Production. This program has been copyrighted 1996 by Worldwide Sound and Video Productions, and no portion of this program can be reproduced or duplicated in any form. Copies of this program can be obtained by contacting Ron Wheeler at Worldwide Sound and Video Productions. Well, this was the middle game here this evening. There's another one being played right after the Robinson game, and that'll be El Dorado and Fairfield. Fairfield, the top seed in this tournament, as they were, well, Robinson, I think, is a top seed in this tournament because Fairfield, top seed in the Charleston Holiday Tournament, lost to Robinson in the 3rd and 4th place game up at Charleston. So Fairfield actually probably the number 2 seed here tonight. Are you all totaled?
I think so.
Whip them on me.
As good as I'm going to do it anyway. Scoring for Robinson this evening, Mike Dudlack had 1 3-point shot for 3 points. No free throws, no fouls in the ball game. Brian Kane didn't score. Good defensive performance out of him, though. Bruce Hardiman had 14 points, came on 5 field goals. He was 4 for 4 from the line this evening. Matt Parker was our leading scorer with 27 points. He had 11 field goals, 1 3-pointer. He was also 2 for 2, perfect from the line again this evening for 27 points. High point man this evening for Matt. Wes Parker had 13 points. It came from 3 field goals, 2 3-point field goals. He was 1 out of 2 for the line for his 13. Joe Stormberger had 8 points this evening. He had 2 3-pointers in the first quarter that kind of helped ignite us to get us off to a lead. 1 field goal to go with that. He also didn't shoot a free throw. And Michael Carell I have in the game late for 1 field goal for 2 points for our total of 67. On the side for Carmi for their 52 points, Simmons had 5 points. Hahn had 2. Costin had 8. Mears had 9. Sykes had 2. Glover was their leading scorer with 14 points. And he's a fine ball player. He's, I know they're struggling and they're down a little bit this year, but he's a good-looking young ball player. Brewer had 2. Ackerman and Walker had 6. And Walker, the freshman, came in and I think did a nice job for a freshman, especially against Matt Parker late in the game. So that's their 52 points.
Did a good job. Terry, I want to thank you for helping out here tonight. Everybody kind of ran out on me this evening, and I really welcome the opportunity to talk to you this evening, talk a little bit about the football, the program there at Robinson, and we'll do this again one of these evenings when we do another ball game up in Robinson, spend a little time and talk about some things.
That sounds great. Thanks for having me.
Terry, thanks a lot. For Terry Roach and Ron Wheeler, I'm Jim Kincaid.